Or you could put 2 of your cocks, one in the pussy, one in the ass, one in the pussy, one in the ass, and have the girl suck the 5th one. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of the Shitey Podcast. Today, joined by...
It's your boy, Torque.
And it's your other boy, Apex Dragon, or Dragonslayer, or Dragonslayer 667, or Dragonslayer 923, or Killstealer Dragon. You can take your pick.
Okay, then.
And today we're going to be discussing some Would You Rather topics that I found online 5 seconds ago and I didn't tell the other guys about. So quickly I'm going to address something that you guys might realize is kind of different. So in the first episode of the Shitty Podcast, we had 2 other members. Basically, to make a long story short, those members didn't want to put any effort into organizing the podcast or trying to discuss questions that we could all discuss to have common like ground, common understanding to be able to all have a conversation. Because something in the first podcast episode that I noticed is that it would just be 2 individuals talking to each other, really, and then another topic. That one person that was talking hellas was not talking at all. So then it kind of made it a little awkward, and the flow was weird. So after trying from, all morning yesterday to literally, 11 at night, I didn't get a reply, really, from either of these individuals. And so we decided to go ahead and just thank the individuals for the time that they put into the first podcast episode, and we just decided to bring Torque here, and he's going to be working on some pretty cool art for the podcast as well, and we're just going to move on from here. There's no hard feelings, just you got to be surrounded with people that are motivated to do something, because you can't have people that are like an anchor on a ship. The ship's just not going to move. So we're going to jump right into this shit and go to the first question. Here we go.
Oh no,
I'm scared.
I'll leave a link in the description to this website as well, so this website can get credit. That's something I did not do last time, so I'm going to start doing that. So the first question is, would you rather lose your sex organs forever or gain 200 pounds for the rest of your life?
Bet, gain 200.
Gain 200 pounds.
Gain 200.
But then you got to think, though. If you gain 200 pounds but you lose your sex organs, nobody wants to fuck a fat boy.
But you can always work out and lose the weight. That's the thing.
Yeah, exactly. You can always lose it.
If you lose your sex organs, what are you going to do? Especially if you're a guy. You won't be able to piss.
You're done for, bud.
You're
done for.
You'll straight up die.
Yeah.
Shit.
If you can 200 pounds, you can work out, you can do your thing, you can be healthy, eat your salads, eat your veggies.
Yeah, exactly. Work out, go to the gym right quick.
And before you know it, you'll be buff as fuck and get all the bitches. And still have your
for
dick.
real. And you'll still have your dick. Right, there we go.
I'd still fuck bitches. I would just have to lose weight. So I guess from a vote of 3-0, we would all gain 200 pounds. Question number 2. Bet. Would you rather have sex with your cousin in secret or have sex with your cousin but everyone thinks you did?
Okay, what like part of like cousins is it, like second cousin, first cousin? If it's first cousin, nah.
I don't know.
I'm not trying to get anyone to know that.
I think it's just referring to first cousin. It's saying that.
Let's refer to it as first cousin.
Yeah, let's do first cousin.
So in that case, I guess like if I had to choose between the two, I'd say that nobody knows, because I ain't trying to have like everyone like hear that. I ain't trying to have that.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't want anybody to know either.
I feel like that would just be kind of awkward.
That'd be hella awkward.
I would rather just have sex with my cousin in secret as well, because
exactly
you're still gonna get that. I mean, when you think about it, you have to think like your mom. Say it was on your mom's side, but her sister, you're literally screwing her sister's daughter. So it's kind of like you're still getting good pussy, maybe, but it's not necessarily.
You're pure, bro. You're keeping it in the family.
It's not as bad as your sister, but you're passing basically. Yeah, you're just passing.
But
your
isn't
cock
that
around
weird?
your family.
People have done it before in the past, and to them it was normal.
I feel like it's weird. I feel like that's because.
I mean, it's definitely weird. It's just people did it back then and didn't bat an eye.
I think it's just because like with like how society's changed and like been like more closed-minded, that kind of stuff, that it's just kind of like turned into like, oh yeah, you can't get nothing with your cousin. So
there's states that it's legal to marry your cousin.
Huh?
Yeah.
That's too much.
I'm pretty sure that there's states where you're allowed to marry your cousin.
I gotta Google this right quick. Hold on.
I'm almost positive. Yeah, if someone wants to check, I can look. I can even look it up. Well, Drake's got it.
I got you.
Yeah. I mean, there's literally, I think it's like what, Alabama and somewhere else.
Okay, let's see. 26
Alabama.
states. 26 states allow first cousin marriages. 26, over half.
I wasn't ready for that number.
Wow, I didn't know that. I thought it was only like a couple.
Oh god. Yeah, no, it's 26. It says. I need to find a list here.
Are a majority of them like in the northern or southern part?
Probably southern.
I feel like it would be southern. I mean, because the southern is more like, I don't know, they have that stereotype of
Rednecks.
You know, yeah.
Okay, here we go. I got a list. I think this is okay. Yeah. Okay. So Alabama. Yeah. I'm just gonna name off the ones that you can get married with first cousin. So we got Alabama, Alaska, California, Colorado, Connecticut, District of Columbia, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii, even.
Hawaii.
Yeah, Hawaii. I was expecting that. Maryland, Massachusetts. Okay. Luckily, in Missouri, you cannot. That's good. Okay. New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, which is kind of weird. New York. What?
When you think about it, like, I'm not trying to defend, like,
Is it just me, or like, are most of these actually in the northern side?
Yeah, a lot of them are like in bigger cities too, like where you wouldn't think that would happen.
Like
New York,
Alaska.
for example.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to, like, defend, like, marrying your cousin or anything, but when you think about it, that could technically infringe on somebody's rights because they have the right to be with whoever they want, but the government's saying, no, you can't screw anybody that's in your family just because they're in your family. But really, wouldn't it be up to the individual to do what they want? It's kind of like, it's more that, like, your morals versus your laws. It's like almost like the morals are being intertwined with laws. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And a lot more states actually allow for like half cousin marriage, or like adopted cousin. Like a lot say yeah for like from like the ones that they have like data for. Like a lot of them are saying yeah, you can like if you have like an adopted or half cousin, you can like actually get married to them. It's kind of weird.
Well, if they're adopted, they're not necessarily like blood related.
Well, yeah, they're not related, and I think
that would make that's the like least concerning one.
I think the only reason that they would even legalize the marriage. I'm sure that most of the states that legalize it don't even necessarily agree with it. If you're looking at the term of like laws versus morals, though, when it comes to the law, I feel like they shouldn't make a law that can stop you from doing that. But when it comes to moral, yeah, it's usually from the majority of people like morally wrong to do that.
Yeah. But think about it, it's also like morally wrong to like, you know, like, okay, this is going to be messed up, like, you know, have sex with like a dog or something, but some people still do that. And there's no laws against that, really. I mean, unless you get caught.
I thought there was laws against that.
There's got to be laws against that. I'm about to look that up.
I'm pretty sure there's some.
Is it illegal to
I'm hoping it is in
have
every
sex
state.
Hey, bro, FBI's on your watch list.
an animal?
FBI agent.
Yeah, it says laws against I can't say that. Bestiality. And sodomy in the United States are largely a matter of state rather than federal jurisdiction. So basically, yeah, there's some places. There's a couple red places. Missouri, it's legal to have sex with a dog.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like some places, it doesn't make sense.
Time to move.
Yep, where we live, it's legal to have sex with a dog.
But it's not legal to have like.
It's legal in Illinois. It's legal in Kentucky.
What?
There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 states that it's illegal completely. There's some places in the yellow where it's like, I guess it depends on the kind of animal. I don't know if that's what that means, but...
Don't have sex with no kangaroos.
But there's a lot more green than there is red, so...
Wow. Yeah, that's kind of messed up, because I knew
learning
some places. I knew some places didn't, like, they allowed it, but I didn't know it was that many places.
Mom says, what did you learn at school today? I learned that only about 10 states it's illegal to fuck my dog.
Straight, huh? 20%? What?
All right, I'm about to move on to question 3 if everyone's cool with that. So what did we come up with on that? We all said it was 3-0 for just fucking our cousins?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, get the cousin's pussy. I like that. Number 3, would you rather get explosive diarrhea every time you meet your boss? And say, let me add something. Instead of it just being meeting your boss, because you'll have a lot of bosses in your life. Let's say this is your permanent boss. Like, this is a job where you're making big money because you've been there for years. So would you rather get explosive diarrhea every time you meet your boss or every time you meet your significant other's parents?
Okay, parents. Parents, because I don't want to shit while I'm at work.
Right. I feel like I'd rather do parents, mainly because if every time your boss comes in the room, your stomach goes... and you feel like you have to shit. Like, if you do that every single time your boss comes in, he's just gonna think that you're trying to avoid him, and he'll be like, "You're fired."
Yeah, but
the way I thought it's like thinking you run into him, you'll just shit on the spot.
No, for real, like that. Like, but like think about it, like you see like your boss, like if it's like in your permanent place to like walk around throughout the day and stuff, so like you won't see their parents as much as you would see like the boss. So like every single day you'd be like having to get new underwear.
I want you to know, every time I go to work, my boss is basically within my field of vision. I'm fucked.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like a lot of these places, like at my place too, like and Jordan's place now, like it's the same kind of thing. Like we have to, like, we see our manager like all the time.
I can't be making these nachos with shit on everywhere.
Yeah, that's for real not gonna happen.
I can't be trying to make a quality pretzel, and all these people say, "You got them fresh pretzels," and in reality, it's like, no, I don't have fresh pretzels because every time my boss turns the corner, which the place is only so big because it's in the mall, I'm shitting myself.
It's tiny. Yeah, for real.
And that bathroom is so hot because I swear to God, the mall has horrible AC.
Oh, it's horrible.
It's
really?
so hot in there. You would probably,
Yeah.
like, if you were shitting and you were in there for a long time, you would
done
probably pass out from the heat deprivation. I promise you.
I never noticed that.
It's so hot in our bathroom, yeah.
Are you sure it's not just because it's the pretzel place?
I'm pretty sure if we have a 550-degree oven up front and it's not hot, and then you go into a bathroom without an oven and it is hot, then that's not because of that.
Ouch.
So
Yeah,
we
that's the
all
weird part.
anonymously agreed on number 3. So far, we're all together. So here's number 4.
Yeah, nice.
Would you rather have a head the size of a tennis ball or the size
goddamn.
of a watermelon?
My head's already pretty close to a watermelon, so I mean, I guess I'll keep
Well,
that.
your head wouldn't be that much bigger if you were a watermelon.
Right, like, and think about it, like, not every watermelon's like ginormous. Like, you can have like the smaller watermelons, you know. They didn't specify which kind of watermelon. So if you think about it, like, there's different like sizes,
True,
like
because
different
if it's a
variations.
tennis ball, your
And if
head
your
would
head
be
was
so
small.
tiny.
Yeah, your head's like smaller than your damn neck.
Your
Wouldn't it be
head,
stupider? Wouldn't it be stupider too?
Your brain would be tiny. As
your
hell.
brain
It'd
would be
like an
tiny. It'd
ostrich.
be like the size of like a rat, but also if your head's the size of a tennis ball, your head is gonna be like just slightly bigger than your testicles, both of them combined. Like that would be the
For
size
real.
of your head.
And not to mention, like, that's smaller than your neck. So like, how would your head connect to your neck? Is your neck going to be small then? Would you just not have a neck?
No neck.
I'm asking the real questions.
Shit.
Necklace.
I'm going for the watermelon.
Yeah, I'd rather have a watermelon head.
For sure, watermelon.
I cast my vote for watermelon. Moving on
We're all
to
together.
number
Goddamn.
5. These are the first time I'm reading these ones because there's a lot on here. Would you rather have the best house in a shitty neighborhood or the
Best.
worst house in a fancy neighborhood?
Nah, I'm getting the best house. I don't know what
Best
you're getting.
house.
But if
Why
it's
would you choose the other one?
Because
I
if it's the
think about
best
it.
house, you got all kinds of security everywhere.
But think about it. Like, even security, like, can't protect you. Like, if you're in like a really shitty neighborhood and there's like a lot of bad people, they could like break into your house and like steal shit. And like, if you only have like a couple
They won't be
security
able to
cameras,
break in with my 12 German shepherds and guards at every corner.
they can shoot those things.
Right, they could
What do
shoot
you
your
mean?
dogs.
They can't shoot my guards, they can't.
I'm going for. I would rather have a
I feel like I'd
a
prefer the
shitty
house,
house in a nice neighborhood because the community would protect itself. So even though you necessarily have a shitty house,
You can still be friends with all
you
those
would
people,
still
too, so.
have a community. You would still have everybody looking out for each other. Because if it's saying that it's a nice neighborhood, but a shitty house, you could say, oh, maybe the house is small or whatnot. But if you have that community and you have those people that would look out for you, you could have a nice house and then people would target your house because if you're in a shitty neighborhood and you're the only nice
Yeah.
house, everyone's going to
You're
be
gonna
like,
get
let's
robbed.
go rob that house.
For real, you're gonna like go.
You're going to
break
get
in.
robbed and then they're going to do like some hate crime and they're going to like rape your wife right in front of you.
I'm for sure going with the shitty house.
I'm doing shitty house. I cast my
I'm
vote
still
for
going for
shitty
best
house.
house.
You're still going for best house?
He's
Still going for it's the best house, bro. Like, what do you
He's gonna
mean?
have his like.
Okay,
Call
but
of Duty
even
though.
though you have the best house, there's still that extremely high risk then. Because if you're saying a shitty neighborhood, so take somewhere like, if we want to use like an example that everybody knows, you could take the worst part of Detroit, you could take the worst part of South St. Louis, North St. Louis. Imagine living in North St. Louis where there's all these gangsters, all these people that are broke, piss poor broke, all walking around with illegal firearms. And they see your
Bang, bang.
rich-ass house, and they can't get a job because they have a criminal record. You're
You're
going to
for sure
tell
getting
me
shot.
that they're just going to walk by your house and be like, nah, I ain't going to fuck with that Mexican.
They'll be like,
He's,
"Respect."
just because he's got some German shepherds.
And think about it. If you have like a nice house too, that means you might have like a nice car or something. So like if your car's parked out front, it's for sure getting jacked immediately.
But that's
You-
what we got garages.
Yeah, but you'd have to park in the garage every single time. And then when you leave your house and you leave your neighborhood, you're going to have to worry that they're going to try and shoot you to take your car and then get
That's
into
what
your
I'm saying.
house because your car would have a garage door opener.
Mm-hmm. So they could just get in your house if they shot you, and then they just got access no matter what. Because nobody locks the door.
And
really
then they're going to
inside the
rape your
garage.
wife.
When you're dead in the car.
First off, we're assuming we're gonna get married.
They're gonna rape your Call of
Why
Duty
wouldn't
dog.
you get married?
Just saying during that time.
Oh, that's true. I guess.
Okay.
If I had a
good
nice house,
backup.
I don't think. Yeah, that's true. Okay, that's a pretty solid point.
Okay, well then that means I should start writing this down. Let me write this down. 1 through 4, we were all anonymous, and now here we've got question number 5. We got Brandon voting one way, and me and Drake voting the other way. So it's a 2-1.
Mm-hmm.
It came up as B and then DJ. Could have been DJ if I would have did it the other way.
Damn.
Time to go to question 6. Okay, sorry. Would you rather have extra money or no? Check out this. Okay, never mind. This is weird. It says, would you rather have extra money or no? Check out this article on busting investment myths that'll help you earn some money. So I'm just actually going to I'm going to skip that one because I don't want to have to read this.
I'll take that extra money.
So that was weird. They put number 6 again. So they tried to put 6 as, I guess that was an advertisement, but there was still the number 6 next to it, like that was a part of the list. So here is, oh God. Would you rather have no penis or 5 penises?
5.
I would have 5, dude. I'd fuck 5 bitches at a time. Shit.
You got that right.
Or you could put 2 of your cocks, one in the pussy, one in the ass, one in the pussy, one in the ass, and have the girl suck the 5th one.
But how would that work whenever you came, bro?
I'd be busting hellas. Would you
die? Would it be like cow udders?
Would you die?
Could you die from over-ejaculation?
At the same time, bro. If all 5 happened, if you came 5 times and right then and there, I'm pretty sure you'd die. You're done for at that point. Your life is gone.
Then just don't have sex.
No.
That's not gonna happen. If you have 5 dicks, you better use them.
Or just use one.
No, there's another 4.
Dude, you know how hard that would be to hide that though? Because if
you for sure out.
If you have 5, if you got 5 dicks and you get hard, every single cock is gonna get hard. So how are you gonna hide that in your pants?
Hey, what would you do if you had to take a piss? Or all 5 of them shoot out, or so
you're just gonna have to put a rubber band around all 5 of them and just kind of have them in the same bunch. There we go.
And if you had 5, it's saying 5 penises, but you'd still have 2 balls. So would your sperm even be?
Oh God, you'd be drained after 1.
You couldn't even necessarily. Would your balls ache? Because if you jack off,
go instantly dry after 1.
If you jack off 3 times in a row, your balls would start to hurt, right? Or 2 times, then they'd start to hurt. I'm assuming. Try to say I'm assuming. I've never done that. And then, Jesus Christ. And then just I lost my train of thought. My bad.
If you came 3 times, you're saying it starts to hurt. If you only had 1 set of nuts.
Right, so it's not even you couldn't even necessarily get a girl pregnant per se. The chances would be less likely because you're still sharing those same balls. So you're still having the same amount of sperm but more cock. So you could probably bust inside and then still get that feeling.
And that's the thing. It was after you bust 3 times, you're done for. It's just gonna be dry after. You're done for.
Probably be permanently dry.
Yeah,
you'll be sucked dry.
Your balls would shrivel up like a flower.
You're trying to get that last drop out, but you can't because it's slurped to its slant.
It's like taking a daisy and putting it in the desert and letting it sit there for 10 minutes.
Dead.
It's like a Go-Gurt that's got sucked dry.
Ew, it's like a Go-Gurt that you left out while you're going swimming, and then you leave it out on the little chair, and you come back, it's all dried up and warm. And
it's warm and dry, and it smells gross.
Oh, it's like a grape, and it turns into a raisin.
Ooh.
Yeah. Pretty much. At that point, that's pretty much what would happen.
You know what? I actually don't know, because if you have no penis, what's the alternative? Will you just not have genitalia?
Pussy.
Dude, if I could have a pussy... Okay, I'll go with the no penis, so one of you guys can fuck me with your 5 penises.
Alright, I'm going for 5 then.
Yeah, Alright, so 1 and 2. 1 to 2 votes. We're going to number 7. Would you rather die saving 10,000 strangers from death, knowing no one would ever know it was you?
Ooh.
Or, so basically you're saving all these people, but you don't get that praise for it. Or, live knowing everyone would know you decided not to save those 10,000 people's lives.
No, but think about it like this. If you're dying, right, after saving 10,000 people, you're not getting praise, you're already dead. What's the big difference? You're not going to know if you get praised anyways. So, I'd rather save 10,000 people because, if I'm saving all those people and dying
Well, it's not saying that you're dying from it. It's just saying, oh, no, never mind. My bad. I read the question wrong. Yeah, you are dying. So, I guess really...
So you're just dying and then being forgotten.
Yeah, which I'm okay with because you are forgotten about anyways.
Pretty much. That's crazy that you're saying that. I literally went to the library during lunch today and I printed off this little, I want to say outline that I wrote, because I never really write, scripts or per se. But there was something I wrote, and that was literally along the lines of me talking about how no matter what you do, you kind of in a way die forgotten. And even if you don't die forgotten right away, you'll die your second death, because anybody that remembered you, like as sad as this is, and I don't want to say this too much because I'm going to say this in a solo video, so I'm just going to kind of summarize a very brief part of what is in that video, or what will be in that video if I decide to release it. But for instance, my grandma passed away in 2013. I have this shirt here for her because she passed away due to Alzheimer's disease and dementia. She had a lot of that issues. And I have this shirt here on my wall, and Brandon's seen it when he's come over. It says For Meemaw's Memories. And I used to wear this shirt all the time back in 2014, 2013 when we filmed YouTube videos and skits. And I ended up one day getting one of her jewelry. I got a cross because she was very religious, and that's a whole nother story. It was just that I'm not going to dig too much into that because that would take up a lot of time of the podcast, and I want to be able to stay focused on what we're doing and not make it like, oh, everyone listen about my grandma. But I'm still having this shirt here, and there's not a day that goes by where I don't walk in this room and I see this shirt and it says For Meemaw's Memories, because I'm making sure that she doesn't die her second death. Because once you die your second death, that's when you will be forgotten forever. So even though she may have died and passed away and, died that first death, as long as I'm alive, I won't let her memory die. I won't let that second death happen. And that's something that I think is so unique about the Day of the Dead and the way that the Latinos, Mexicans, that kind of culture, I love the way that they celebrate Day of the Dead, because rather than like kind of American culture does, where it's like, oh, it's sad because like she passed away when I was 13. I'm 18 now. So you can choose to look at it in like, look at all the years she's missed. She'll never be able to see me get married. She's not going to see me graduate. She's not going to see me do this and that. But they celebrate their life, and they celebrate the individual that they loved, so they don't die that second death. They turn it into a positive thing rather than a negative. And that's something I think is so cool.
For sure. Like, that's the thing, like, also is like, instead of like looking at like, oh, they died and now it's going to be horrible and stuff, like they actually, like you said, like they actually care, and like they're like, oh yeah, let's celebrate their life, make sure that we don't forget about them, that kind of stuff, which is kind of nice. Like every year they like celebrate like the death of like the loved ones that they had, it's kind of nice. Versus us, we just have like one funeral and then we're just like, okay, and we just kind of just go from there and we're just done.
So I would say for me,
we don't really do Day of the Dead, but that's just our family. We don't really celebrate it.
I've seen you celebrate it though. I mean, like I come over and I know they set up the shrine. I saw them.
That was the one thing.
They did it. Well, still, I thought it was cool. I remember walking in because that's something I've always remembered from Spanish class. Is like I've always admired Day of the Dead, and I don't know why. It's just been always something I've been drawn to, and in a way, that's kind of what I've done with my Meemaw. I called her Meemaw. And it was like, that's something I've always done by having this here and having a cross, There was a necklace I wanted to get from my grandfather, but of course he claims he has no clue where it went. It probably went to one of my aunts, when I told him so many times, because I always spent a lot of time at my grandma's house, well, my grandma and grandpa's house. I don't want to just exclude my grandfather. My grandfather wasn't always the best man. He's still alive, but he's not the best person, and I guess you can argue that anybody's not, but with what I know, I feel like I have the right to say that because I've been there, I've seen what he's done, the kind of person he is. So when people could sit there, they can sit here now, oh, you don't diss your grandfather, you disrespectful piece of shit. But you don't understand until you fully understand my situation. And to fully understand my situation, that would be like a fucking 12-hour documentary. So, it's like, he ended up giving away this necklace that I saw her wear all the time. And I used to be there when she was on hospice care and she was in her deathbed and she still had that necklace on. I wanted that necklace so bad. And he swears he didn't know where it went, but I swear he gave it away.
No, he for sure knows when he for sure gave it away.
So one day...
I think he knows where it is.
One day I was able to find this cross because I'll quickly explain this. Due to her Alzheimer's and dementia, she started to think that there were people living, because it's a half house. It's like a half story. So it's not like a... So I used to stay upstairs when I'd stay there. And she used to think, in her mind it was real. And she used to think that there were people living across the room from me and that there was a family. There was a mom, a dad, and 2 children. And she brought these people into the house. I don't know why, if they were poor. I don't remember. Like I said, it was a long time ago. She passed away when I was 13, so it had to be when I was 11, 12, 10, way younger than what I am now because I'm 18 now, for anybody that doesn't know. And it's like, she brought them in and wanted to make sure that they were turned into Christian people. And from my past experience, my past videos, I've obviously not fully been in support of the way that the Bible is, the way that it's written that God is, you know. And I don't necessarily say I don't believe in it, but it's not like I'm an atheist either. I mean, there's a possibility of someone being there, somebody not. But anyway, regardless of my own personal opinion with that, she was a very, I want to say religious, but she was beyond religious. Even when she had Alzheimer's disease, where she wasn't the same person she used to be after that happened. She went in and had back surgery. The doctor messed up. And basically he cut off her blood, and they were able to revive her with somebody else's blood. So once she was revived, the time that she did not have blood, though, caused a loss of oxygen to the brain. The oxygen caused dementia and then turned into Alzheimer's. So that's just a little bit of a background. Anyway, she let these people come into their house because she wanted them to turn to Christianity. Well, then she started to think that they were stealing from her. So she started hiding her personal belongings. She started hiding jewelry. She started hiding anything that she thought that they were trying to steal. And after all this time, she would, like I said, in her mind, it's real. It would just be like to us that there's someone living in the other room. But imagine someone that you've been married to since you're 18 years old. You were married to this individual since you were 18 years old. You've been married, I think it was over 50, 60 years. They were together their entire life. And instead of him being supportive of her, trying to play along like, people told him to, doctors told him to, he would stand there and scream at her, "You're nuttier than a fruitcake. There's no one up there." Da 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 da. And he was very abusive to somebody that didn't even know. In their mind, it was real. That's why I don't have a lot of respect for him. I don't want to continue just sitting here and talking shit on my grandfather, because that's not the main purpose of this. It's just a little tiny, the tiniest example of the way he treated her. And he treated her poorly before she had Alzheimer's. But the fact that now that she's passed away, he acts like he worships her and carries on her memory, and that's a bunch of bullshit, and it angers me. But she ended up, in the end, in her mind, me and my mother are the ones that ended up playing along. She gave us bags of candy, and this went on for over a year, that she thought these people were here, and we're doing, hiding our stuff, doing all this stuff. She'd call up the steps and talk to them. She would talk to them. I'd be playing on the computer, and she'd be talking to someone that wasn't even there. And I would ignore it. Instead, my grandpa's sitting on the couch, "Come on, Jesse, there's nobody there." Like, just let her do her thing. She thinks they're there. Let her lead those people to Christianity if that's what she wants to do. If that will give her peace of mind, let her do that. And so one day, she gave us, me and my mom, 3 bags of candy and asked if we could go take it to them because they were getting ready to leave, and she wanted them to have candy and to say, to basically have her say her goodbyes to the kids and stuff.
Please tell me y'all ate the candy.
No, we didn't eat the candy. Well, we put it in our car. I mean, we put it in our car.
Well, that makes sense. You kind of just like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, so we went out there, and she was watching, but she thought there was a car there. So we played along. And we ended up leaving, and she said, once in her mind, once we gave them the candy, in her head, she saw the car drive away. She saw, in her mind, a car that wasn't there drive away. And that was the end of it. And she literally said that the reason they left is because the dad wanted to become a pastor, and he was going to become a pastor in a different state because my grandmother changed his mind. My grandmother was a Christian woman really growing up, and even when she was 18, the first date that my grandpa went on with her, the first date, she was like, "Do you want to come to church with me on Sunday?" And they started going to church together. Ever since she was young, she was following Christ. And that's the thing that's crazy to me, is that to have that kind of faith is unbelievable. She not only believed it in her mind, because she wasn't fully there in her mind. Her heart believed that Jesus was real, that God was real. And that's the thing that comforts me, is that if he is, she's up there right now with him in heaven, because her mind wasn't there and her heart was still telling her it was real. And in her mind, she led these imaginary people to Christ, and that's what gave her peace at mind.
Maybe, wait, think about it like this, though, as well. Like, if he is in fact real, like, what if, like, that was him saying, like, oh, if you help these people, like, that's how you know you're, like, good at heart kind of thing. Like, one of those tests that, like, in the case of, like, Christianity, like, they say, like, oh, there's, like, different tests along your life, Like, this could have been, like, a test of, like, oh, yeah, I need to help these people go to God like I'm going to God kind of thing.
But that's just what's so inspiring to me, is because even when she wasn't in that right state of mind, again, she just, in her heart, she still wanted that peace of mind. And the only way to get that peace of mind, and think about it, it's her reality. They were stealing from her. They were doing things that she would never allow in her house. And she kept them there. She took care of them. She went out of her way to hide her stuff just to make sure that even though they're stealing, I'm not giving up on these people.
Right.
That was her reality. I don't know. That's just like, I don't know. She passed away March 5th. It's been 2 days since 5 years that she passed away, and I didn't talk about it on YouTube like I was going to. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. I felt like that. I just want to explain that. I don't know. I didn't mean to get that off topic, but it's like,
no, you're good.
2 years ago, I made a video about her, and I was going to talk about her again this year, and I thought, no, I'm not going to do it. And then now that, I don't know how that was brought up. Just the fact that number 7, this question of would you rather die saving 10,000 strangers from death knowing no one would ever know it was you, that's the kind of thing, that's the kind of thing she would have done because she didn't want that self-praise. And it just, then when I looked up at the shirt, I just felt this weird feeling. So anyway, I'm going to cast my vote. I'm going to get back on track so it's not just me talking. You know, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Cool.
So I vote that I would rather save the 10,000 strangers because I would die knowing I affected 10,000 different families in the United States.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm like the same way. Like, I don't need the gratification, you know? Like, I just want to, like, if I feel, like, good inside, because, like, save make you feel so good inside. Like, if you didn't save anyone, think about the guilt you'd have to live with for the rest of your life. So I'm going to say, like, I'd rather save the 10,000 people and just not get praised for it.
I'd rather save the 10,000 people, too.
Yeah, I feel like that's just, like, the best option.
Dying, right? So, like, you're just sitting there dying, but in your mind, you at least know you helped save others.
Mm-hmm.
So at least you'll die in peace.
Right, one life versus 10,000.
The rest of your life in agony.
Yeah.
Well, it's true, because even if you applied this situation to the World Trade Centers, like if you were to say that basically how it says, or live knowing everyone would know you decided not to save 10,000 people. So basically,
I'd rather not.
If you applied it to the trade centers, you could run out of the trade centers. Like, because there are people that did that on September 11th. They went into the trade centers, and instead of leaving when they could have evacuated, they tried to go upstairs and save people, like workers and different people. Mm-hmm. And they passed away, but they saved other people.
Which is honestly what I would have preferred to do. Because think about it, like, you're running away, you're losing your friends. But think about it like this. In the case of like that, they didn't really get notified for like, people didn't really know that they didn't save people like they could have. But like in this case, like people know you could have saved those 10,000 people too. Like chances are you're going to get in a lot of trouble. Like people are going to hate you. So you're going to like live the rest of your life in pain. You're going to have like a lot of people that hate you. Like you're going to pretty much be like the most hated person like around. So I'd rather just like, not have that and just go peacefully.
All right. Well, anonymous on that. I'm going to move to number 8. Again, my bad for taking forever on number 7. Would you rather peel all your nails out of your fingers or pull all the teeth out of your mouth?
Not for real, fingernails.
Oh, this one's hard. I barely have fingernails because I have an issue with biting my nails. It's really bad. So it's like at this point, I know the pain of, like, you got to think about it though. You know the pain and from biting your nails, if you bite too far down, how it hurts really bad. But at the same time, your teeth,
underneath your nail or something. Your teeth would hurt so bad.
And plus, you wouldn't be able to eat. You wouldn't be able to chew. You would look
like. I mean, you could have dentures. Yeah,
but do you really want that? Do you really want fake teeth in your? Would you rather have no nails and just try to do something to cover your nails to protect that from like infection, or
but, like, what would you do with no nails?
Yeah, I feel like your fingers would just heal up by themselves eventually, like, and you just like have fingers without.
Actually, wouldn't your nails grow back?
Yeah, they would. They could probably grow back. It would take a really long time, and they don't grow back the same. Because that actually happened to me. Like I said, I have issues with biting my nails, whether it's from not being able to pay attention. Sometimes it's from just feeling anxious. I don't know. It just kind of happens. But if you, like, for instance, on my left hand, like my middle finger, some of the nail at the bottom is missing because somehow I bite so much that like a layer of nail will be gone, and it does not grow back the same. So it would not be as strong. Like my nails are not as strong, So I mean, they would grow back, but they're not as strong. But for me, I would already know what I'm going to cast my vote for because my nails are already fucked. So I'd vote for the fingernails.
But like, think about it like this. So like, I know, like, I got, like, surgery because I had, like, an ingrown nail in my foot, right? And so, like, they, like, cut off part of my nail. But, like, it does, like, I know, like, if you cut it off and stuff like that, it'll, like, grow back. But I'm not sure, like, if you, like, ripped all of it out. Because, like, it goes down into your fingers. Like, if you ripped all of that out, wouldn't that take out most of, like, the growing kind of part of it? So it would take, like, a really long time to get them back. But then again, I'd prefer not to have all of my teeth ripped out of my face. So I'm probably gonna go for the fingernails. That would hurt like a lot less probably.
Your teeth would never grow back though. Like once you
your
have
teeth are
permanent
done for.
teeth, they're done. Like basically what Brandon said. You would have to get those what are they called? Dentures?
Yeah, I think they're called dentures.
What those old fucks wear whenever they're losing their
dentures.
teeth. They put it in and like, where's my teeth?
Yeah, they got like they're gumming down on a freaking corn dog over without the dentures in.
You would literally have to just eat Jello too or something until you can get
not
dentures.
doing that.
Because you have to think, how expensive are dentures? Like, let me just look that up real quick.
Expensive.
How expensive?
I guess it depends on what kind you get. Like if
How do you spell that? Dentures.
it's
Hold
like
on.
den and then tur.
I spelled it right. I'm shocked. Okay, so it says, according to the Healthcare Blue Book, which Blue Book's pretty reliable. Let's see. Pricing for health services. A set of complete dentures should cost approximately $1,300.
Jesus Christ.
Immediate dentures. So if you wanted one like instantly, like you're like, okay, I need dentures right now, and this is from 2013. The price has probably gone up. Keep that in mind.
Probably gone up a lot. Yeah.
So in 2013, if you wanted dentures right away, it would cost an extra about $150. It would be $1,450.
No, I'm not. No, I'll just rather lose my nails and get back after the year.
Wait, would you get them back?
I don't know, but I'd still.
Would you
rather
for
live
sure
without
get it
fingernails.
back? And even then, like, there's gonna be a lot of pain in your hands for like ever.
Not really. Your body will get used to that and heal itself. Like your body will heal, but like you can't get your teeth back.
Well, I mean, it's the same thing as like it's really. I don't know if it's necessarily the same thing, but say you were to like cut yourself, or like I do at work sometimes. I burn myself on accident.
That shit hurts.
I have to specify on accident, because otherwise people are like, "Oh my god, you burn yourself." Remember middle school? If they weren't cutting, they were burning themselves with a lighter, and you're like, "What the fuck's wrong with you?" But yeah, I mean, like I recently got one. I showed Drake, and it was like it's
fantastic.
pretty bad. But it's like, you know, eventually like it hurts still if I touch it a little bit, but it doesn't hurt as bad, you know. I feel like it would be the same way. It's just the way your body works. It will adjust to that pain, just like if you were to.
Well, if it's like on your fingernails, you're always gonna be putting pressure when you grab stuff. So in a way, you always be reactivating that pain.
Well, it depends,
think about
because
too,
you're gonna
those, like-
adjust. Like it's just the same as if you take sleeping medication at night. That's why they say don't become too dependent. Because if you take one pill, your body adjusts to it, and then you start to have to take 2 or 3. Same thing if you're using substances. At first, you know, it's one hit, then it takes 2, 3. You know, it's anything. Your body just adjusts.
And like, not to mention, like I said, like your finger would heal. So like eventually it would like skin would grow over where your nail used to be. Like it would like get that protective skin eventually, because it would notice that like, oh yeah, I have raw skin under here. So like heal up and then make like normal skin again. So you just have like fingers without nails, essentially. It's not like it would cause too much pain after a while. Of course it would hurt for a while, but I mean like it's still better than losing your teeth.
But let's assume you did have the money for the dentures. Would you then pick it?
No. The pain. Too much.
Even if you did have money for the dentures, it's like you would have, I don't know, I just wouldn't feel comfortable having fake teeth. I don't know. It's just something about the fact that you would have to, because you have to think sensory wise too, because sometimes I have sensory issues. I don't know if anybody else has that, but if there's like a tag, like sometimes it depends, like for example, let's say you got like a tag in the back of your shirt and it itches and it just bothers the hell out of you. What if that ends up happening the same way with these? Like, you put them in your mouth, and you don't get used to it. Like, you'll always feel that. Like, for instance, like, when people like me, I wear retainers at night, because I used to have braces. So, like, when you put in those retainers, at first, like, they feel weird, but, like, you still never really get used to them, because when you talk, it's way different. It's way different, because of the tongue room, you know, all that stuff. Like, Drake will realize that soon, too, because once he gets his braces taken off, he'll get retainers, and then to him, once he starts talking with those in, he'll sound like a complete dumbass at first, because you're not used to talking that way. You sound retarded because you're not used to that tongue space. Like in middle school or whenever I had my braces, I'm pretty sure it was middle school. It's like you just sound different and everyone knows it. And then they're like, "Do you have retainers in?" You're like, "No."
I'm gonna be 100% honest. I never noticed your voice change.
Well,
I think from all the cases, I don't really remember. Like I remember you having to remember like what sounded like, but I know like in other cases like they definitely sounded different with like the retainer, and like whenever you have like the first 6 months whatever where you have to wear it constantly, like every single time I've heard someone with that, it sounds weird and different. So but I mean, like, think about it, like you have 28 teeth, right? It's like that's 28 times you're getting a tooth pulled versus like 10 times you get a nail pulled. Like, so you're definitely having like more than like double, almost triple the pain anyways, because like you have to like deal with it like almost 20 times more anyways.
Well, is everyone ready to cast their final vote?
Well,
I'm going
I'll probably
fingernails.
just get my nails out.
I'm going fingernails.
I'm also going to go with fingernails. So let's move on to question number 9. How many questions do we want to go up to? Do we think we should just go up to 10, or do you think we should...
Maybe 10.
What do you guys
I feel like we've already been doing it for like 30 minutes. I mean, like 10 minutes, like 10 of them would be kind of nice.
10, yeah, I'm fine with doing 10. And even if we just did this, I mean, every once in a while, because there's 50 on this website, and this website has some pretty good conversation starters.
Yeah.
Like, I was so glad when I was scrolling down. We were all looking for topics before this podcast. And
they were all shitty.
They were coming up with some shitty ones on debate.org, and all of a sudden I was scrolling down and I found Would You Rather. I said, yay! And I clicked it, and I thought it was going to be like some ass ones, and they're actually, like, they're decent. Like, it makes you think, and you're like, Alright, so I guess we'll go to 10, because right now we're at the 40-minute mark. So, number 9. Would you rather freeze to death or burn to death?
Freeze.
But wait. Yeah, freeze.
True, dude. This one's a no-brainer for me. I feel like
Burning
I'd rather
really
freeze.
hurts. Freezing doesn't hurt your skin very much. Like, and like, I guess like once you get down to a certain amount,
Your body would just slowly shut down.
Yeah, but like burning,
But burning, you're gonna
think about that.
Burning is an intense pain.
That's intense. That's an immediate intense pain. I'd rather like have like that time where I'm like slowing down and like my body is starting to die. Because like think about that doesn't hurt nearly as much as like getting burned all at once.
I feel like, because if you're getting burned, you'd probably die faster, though, than freezing. So, I mean, you got to think, too,
sure.
Would it be a fast, painful death, or... Because you got to think burning, and I'm not even trying to defend burning, because I don't think I'd want to die by burning. I think I'd choose the freezing. But if you were to burn... How long... I'm going to look that up. Thank you, Google. How long does it take for a person to die by burning?
Okay, yeah, you're on a watch list now.
Son, why is the FBI here?
The top thing somebody asked is it painful to die in a fire? No shit.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, you could be immune to fire.
Let's see. If you pour gasoline over your head and light it, you'd pass out in less than a minute because your lungs would sear in the extreme heat. So you could basically die in less than a minute. But for your body to fully die, you'd only live a maximum of 5 minutes.
But think about that pain, though.
So let's see, how long does it take for a person to die by freezing?
That's
to die by freezing, minutes. It would only take 5 to 10 minutes. So it could range
it's pretty much the same time.
It's saying that usually somebody would die though from a fire or being burned in a minute, less than a minute, or I think it's at a minute to a minute 30, and that's the lowest.
Have the 4 extra minutes of less painful death, though. To be honest, like if I'm dying either way, I'd rather die with less pain for like 4 minutes longer. That was like a 30-minute plan.
Because this one says 5 to 10 minutes, so 5 at the least, but 10 at the most.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so like, still, even then,
and I guess it depends on the temperature, though, too. This is just, going
like, is it for sure less painful, though? Like, do we
true,
really know
like,
if freezing death is less? Because we've heard of freezer burn.
Burning. Yeah, you need to think about like burning though. That's just like such an intense pain, and like if it goes into your lungs like that, you're just gonna feel like you're being suffocated with your lungs the entire time. So you're gonna be like gasping for breath, wondering like when it's just gonna end.
I don't know. That's hard because even if you were burning, like you gotta like we've said, it's that intense pain. Because even when I got burned, this little burn on my arm from a 550-degree oven, it hurt like a bitch, dude.
So think about like normal flames are like 1,000 degrees.
So if you're literally on fire, but you would die, and that's what's crazy too, is it's not even the fire itself that would kill you. They stated that it would be your lungs suffocating from the smoke. Mm-hmm. Like that's weird to me.
Suffocated, yeah.
That's really weird because it seems like
kind of cooks.
Smoke is dangerous.
Your body would survive, but your lungs would die. For your body to fully be, I guess, decompose, I'm assuming it would take about 5 minutes. But for your lungs to give out and not come back on, it would take a minute to a minute 30. Like that's weird.
Yeah, I feel like after that 5 minute mark of you being dead, like your body just starts to just cook, which would be disgusting. Yeah, I think I'd rather take the freezing.
Anybody want some fried Drake? We can put some lemon on it.
No.
Or a Drake popsicle. Lick it till it's gone.
You go to lick them, and then your tongue gets stuck to them, and then you gotta explain yourself.
It's
when
like
the
those lollipops with
the
insects in them.
Like you're stuck on a boat. Like I read a case scenario like this where apparently this actually happened, but there were these 3 people and they were stuck on a boat, and I guess they were stranded or something. And
great.
And
they ate each other.
Yeah, essentially they were like, oh, and like apparently over a month went by and they were starving and like they weren't gonna survive.
I'd for sure eat people. I'd for sure kill someone and eat them.
And so they were like, okay, we're all gonna like have this competition. I don't know necessarily what it was, but whoever loses is the person that gets eaten. So the person that lost, you know, ended up at the last second being like, no, don't kill me, but they killed him anyway and ate him. But imagine if that was us three on that boat and like Drake was like frozen solid. And we go to eat him, but our mouths just get stuck to him. And then when the survival place comes
we
up...
get our tongue gets stuck to him, we're like, oh, shit.
Yeah. Also, the survival people come like, huh?
It plays a doot-doot-doot-doot. Like some little outro. I've always wanted to make something like that, where it's like, you know, like those... what would the time frame be? I don't want to be way off on the time frame. Let's say like maybe the 80s or 90s, where you'd like, kind of like the Leave It to Beaver era, and then... Like, at the very end of the episode, like, that main character would do something that was kind of stupid, but, like, it's not considered stupid today. And they'd always be like, oh, beaver. And then be like, the screen would go, and it would start zooming in. It was a little circle, and it would just be around their face. And then it would just, like, that would be the outro. They'd be like, oh beaver.
They'd do a little wink.
And then it
that
freezes.
Was like a lot of
yeah.
Too, in the 90s and late 90s. That was like
I love that. I want to do that one day for, like, an outro.
That had it a lot. Yeah. That'd be kind of funny, but, like, what about, like, the to be continued meme that was going around for a little bit? Where it started playing that goofy music and all of a sudden it'd come up with the arrow on the bottom, like, to be continued. That was funny.
Oh, Jordy. Do, 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 do. Plays the credits.
Jesus. Yes. Yeah, no, I think I'd rather be frozen, to be honest. What y'all think?
This is a hard one.
What is the pain?
At first, I'm like, no-brainer, but then when you really, really think about it.
Yeah, and, like, you're dying either way, so, like, it's kind of like just pick your poison kind of thing.
What would it feel like to be frozen?
Both are going to hurt,
What kind of pain would you feel?
Because you would still get frostbite. That would still burn.
Yeah, that does burn.
No, I'm picking burning. Because even if you freeze, you're still going to get frostbite. And you know how bad frostbite hurts. Like, if you go out in the snow, which Missouri hasn't seen in a while, you know, not enough to sled in. But if you go out into the snow and you put your fingers in there and you even hold it down in there for, like, not even 10 seconds and you pull them back out and you don't have gloves on with the way the freezing temperatures are, like, it burns from frostbite. Or if you pick something up out of your freezer... And, like, maybe it's, like, a frozen tub of ice cream, and you just hold on to the bottom of it. And it's not... And you just hold on to it. You start to get frostbite on your fingertips, and it hurts, and you want to drop the thing and warm up your fingers. So, either way, you technically still burn. You would either burn from extreme temperatures or burn from extreme frost.
I'd rather burn from cold.
So, I'm going to burn from the fire. Because I die sooner.
I think, like, once frostbite reaches a certain point, like, your shit would just fall off, and you actually wouldn't even feel it, I don't think. Yeah, because your nerves are dead; they're frozen.
Your nerves
exactly.
Are just
it's slowly killing your nerve. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying about the
more
painful
that every single second, though. When you're being burned, you feel that every single second till you're dead.
You would frostbite too, though.
The frostbite, once it gets to a certain temperature, once you get to that certain thing, after like a couple minutes, if it's like really cold, your finger's just gonna fall off, and then you're not gonna feel it anymore because all your nerves are dead.
Yeah, but think how bad that would be if your finger, and you're gonna see your finger and shit fall off.
That'd be hella funny if your finger fell off right in front of you. You'd be like, oh.
You freak
your
out.
eyes could be like frozen shut or frozen open.
Yeah.
I guess it's like, I don't know, it's really tough. I think, oh man,
I'd rather go for the cold, I guess. I don't know. It's really tough.
I'm going fire.
I still ready to freeze to death.
You freezing to death, yeah.
2-1. And I guess we'll go to number 10. This will be the last Would You Rather for episode 2 of the Shitty Podcast. Number 10. Would you rather have no arms or no legs?
No legs.
No legs.
I honestly think I'd go no legs too.
I need my arms to place my bro.
Do stuff with the dill, you know what I'm talking about?
Right. I mean, Brandon already doesn't use his legs, so I mean, what's he gonna lose?
What do you mean?
Like, think about like if you don't have arms, like you couldn't hold baby girl, you know, whenever go on at that. But like, if, you had no legs, you could just lay down the couch.
Well, then baby girl's gonna hold you.
I don't care if she gonna hold
baby
me.
girl would have to ride you essentially, and then she could literally rape you. Like she could literally get on top of you and ride you until you're about to come. You're gonna be like, no, pull off, and she's gonna come in me, you motherfucker, yeah.
But if you also didn't have arms, she could still rape you that way because you couldn't push her away. Like, what are you gonna do? Pelvic thrust her to get her away?
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you didn't have arms, she would rape you.
Yeah, but like, what if you didn't have legs? She could just put you up on like a freaking pedestal and you couldn't get down. you're done for.
Not if you're
either way,
hauling
you
ass
get
with
hurt.
your arms. She'd be
If
like,
she put you up on a pedestal, the only thing she could
You can
do
still
is
slap
put
that
on a
bitch.
strap on and fuck you in your ass. Like, she wouldn't be able to ride your
goddamn.
cock that way.
That's true, but if I lay down on the couch, I'd be okay. I'd be comfy. If I didn't have like legs and I was just laying on the couch just chilling, I'm okay with that. I'm gonna go without legs.
yeah,
you can still do everyday things, because sure, you can walk around, but if you can walk around and you can't grab shit, what's the point of walking around?
Well, think about like your arms too. Like they're longer than your torso, right? So you could like still kind of like walk with your arms. You would eventually like learn how to walk with your arms.
Do you picture that? Someone with no legs and they're walking around their house using their arms. They're like, fuck the wheelchair.
Yeah, for real,
I've
that's
seen it
what you mean.
before. It's happened before.
Yeah, people actually have done that. Like, and people like will have the dude with no limbs and he's rolling off the couch. Oh goddamn. Yeah, I'm going
I saw a
without
prank
legs.
video where a guy like didn't have like no legs, and he pretended to be a zombie.
Oh
Like,
yeah, dude, that used to go. When was that? What year was
yeah, I
that?
know
What
something
year
about-
was that?
Let me search that real
2012.
quick.
I think it's 2012.
2012.
Yeah,
What
let me
was his
find it.
name?
John knows
I
his
don't
name,
remember
can't
his
find
name.
it.
Maybe just look up like the zombie
No-leg zombie, I
prank
guess.
guy or something. I don't know.
No leg zombie prank. We'll go from that. Oh, there's the first search. Let's see. There's a current one. There's one from last year. There's 4 years. Let's see. Oh, there's no. All these are from like 2 to 3 years ago. There's a 4 year ago one.
Because he used to go to like
Some dude named
Walmart
Blake.
and stuff, didn't he? And then he around Halloween time he got like makeup.
The one I saw, it was like in the little garage.
No, he has
In
no
the
arms
garage?
or legs, right? Did you say that? He has no arms or legs, I don't think.
I think he had like one arm.
Oh yeah, he's got one arm and then I think it was like one arm and no legs.
I don't think he has.
I
Like,
think I
think
found
like
it.
the
I
person
think I
didn't have
found
his left arm.
I think I found it. Is it some dude wearing a white shirt that was wearing like black shorts?
I don't remember. I remember
He's outside of, like, a
it's
Walmart.
zombie.
Yeah, I think he went to Walmart and he would like sit on shelves and stuff and they'd be shopping and then he'd be like,
Let me see.
he'd be like, ah, he'd make that zombie shit. I can't do it.
He's inside of a Walmart right now or something similar.
I mean, if he didn't have any legs, he could do stuff like that.
Let's see here. Whoa, he's in a suitcase. Was he in a suitcase before? He's outside
Oh
of
yeah,
Sears.
people can smuggle you in a suitcase, just like poke little breathing holes.
My boy's running with only one arm, no legs.
Yep,
Did
that's
you see
him.
how fast he's doing it though? Like with one
He's
arm.
going quick.
He's good
Oh
at
my
it
God.
too. Like it's like those crawlers and zombies where you think they're gonna go slow and then they're crawling hella fast.
Yeah.
Now imagine if you had like two arms. He had two arms.
Oh, he'd be going on.
He's
you.
outrunning
He'd be like
almost
a cheetah,
everybody in
bro.
our school.
Yeah, he'd for sure be like a cheetah. So there's a sheriff. Yeah, I think this is the one you guys were talking about. He's got a sheriff and he's trying to eat this dude on the ground. Yeah, I think that's the one. Yeah, that looks pretty much like the one. Yeah, okay, yeah, I'd rather lose my legs, I guess.
Yeah, I'd rather lose my legs.
I would
You
also vote to do legs.
You could, like, use your
You'll
arms
save
like
money
this
on
dude
shoes
did.
too.
Yeah, for real. You don't have to spend $400 on shoes. For, like, those really nice ones, you don't have to spend, like, 60 on, just normal ones. Yeah.
So
All right, yeah, I'm going-
My
I'm
dogs
going
keep
for losing
barking.
legs.
I'm trying to hear what they're doing. Anyway.
Oh, no, you good.
Well, I guess that will conclude the second episode of the Shitty Podcast. We went through 10 Would You Rather questions, and they were rather quite interesting. So I think I will save
were
this
fantastic.
website.
Yes, please do. And put that in the bio real
I'm
quick.
going to
so
put it
people
in the
can-
bio as well, so anyone wants to go do this with their own friends, their own little group. I don't know, posse, whatever you call yourselves.
Make your own
Their
shitty
clan.
podcast. No, please don't.
Let's shout out Chrissy Stockton. That looks like who wrote it back in July 12th of 2014.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
So, this is the new cast of the Shitty Podcast. This will be the cast from here on out. Again, it's unfortunate that the other two members didn't want to put effort towards it. But, it's sometimes, I was talking before, is you gotta leave. One of the things I said, the reason why I want to do a podcast is to keep my old YouTube group and that memory alive. And I realize again and time again that anytime I try to relive or go back to the past and try to carry on my past experiences to the future, it really holds me down more than it does benefit me. And sometimes you have to let those things go and let them just be memories, because sometimes the future holds better things. And as
You're right
corny
there.
as that sounds, and I'm not trying to be some Prince era acting like
it's
I'm
honestly
some
true though.
acting like I'm like, oh, I got my life and shit together, because I really don't. But it's like that's what I realize out of this. And it's a good thing that it happened, after the first podcast rather than later down the road and get a whole new cast. I mean, the only thing that changed is 2 people are gone. We gained 1 new guy. So that's really all that happened here. So if you guys want, there will be links in the description, the bio, to Torque, also known as Drake. If you want to go check out his channel. If you want to talk, about what you do on your channel or what your plans are, feel free to, bro.
All right, so listen, right? I'm coming back to YouTube, right? And I'm kind of just doing like vlog gameplays or like podcasts or anything. But like basically, me and Jordan are gonna be like helping each other out, growing each other's channels and stuff. It's gonna be like a lot of fun. But like, yeah, just come check out my channel if you guys like want to see some vlogs. He's in them sometimes. He was in the first one, so that's gonna be pretty fun, pretty cool.
And as far as Brandon, he's still.
I mean, you can friend me on Steam.
Brandon has Steam, Twitter.
I mean, you can friend me on Steam. I don't care.
I'll leave a
link.
link.
You can join us, my clan. It's Thai Soup. Everybody here loves a little Thai Soup, so why don't you?
Oh, okay.
That's our slogan.
Oh, for real?
Yep, Thai Soup.
You guys made a fucking slogan.
I like that,
bro. We're lit as fuck.
I got a slogan. Woo.
So join us, Thai Soup. Some good shit.
Well, all right, dear friends. So I will leave a link to Torque. I will leave a link to, I guess, Brandon's Twitter, and I don't know. You guys can add him on Discord or whatever. So until next time, this has been the Shitty Podcast, Season 1, Episode 2. If you guys liked it, all that basic YouTube shit they always say, leave a like, subscribe. I don't give a fuck what you do. If you didn't like it, suck my dick.
Why did that kill me right now?
Well, guys, I guess how do we want to sign out? How do we want to do the new sign out for this? Do we just want to be? I don't want to do some corny generic shit.
Like the video, subscribe,
and
buy my fucking merch.
Buy my merch from 2016.
Hey, bro, buy my merch.
Buy my merch. Buy.
It's selling like a god church.
Buy Torque's really.
We have a new
one.
clothing line.
Oh,
we
that's
have
from
these
like
shirts
2016.
with
I'm
a
pretty
shirt
sure they
on
shut
it.
down my shop. I'm pretty sure they shut down my shop, dude.
Damn, they shut down your shop after one
I haven't
war.
used this since 2016. I literally, ready for this? I literally sold one hoodie, and it was to me.
It was you.
And it was to me.
You sold one hoodie, and it was
you
yourself.
paid for your own hoodie.
Yeah, they didn't give me one.
Paid for your own merch.
Yeah, they didn't give me one. They
And you
said,
didn't
okay,
even
time
gain
to pay.
profit off that shit. The website was like, "Thank you."
Didn't you
Yeah,
lose?
for real. Oh, I definitely lost profit on that.
That's an
So,
L.
that's an L for me. I didn't really have to pay for anything like besides like my purchase or whatever. I guess like I didn't have to pay.
You just lost money and time.
Yeah, pretty much.
Dude, I just came up with an idea. As soon as we're about to sign out, have like a toilet flushing. Have a toilet flushing, like the shit's gone.
I like that.
And
We're
then like
going down- we're
when we
going down
make
the
that
drain.
when we make that one thing we were talking about with the animation with the guy shitting on the toilet, all that we were talking about at lunch.
Yeah.
Don't want to say too much about it because then when people see it, they're gonna be like, "Oh wow, I wasn't expecting that." But imagine if that was a sign out. We're just like, and this is the shit flushing away, some corny shit, and you just hear a toilet.
Oh goddamn.
These are your little turds flushing away.
Oh,
Subscribe today and become a little turd yourself.
Become
That's
a little.
actually nice.
You guys want to be little shits? Call the fans little shits. What's up, little shits?
All of you are my
Yes.
little shits.
oh yes.
Well, all right, my fair weather friends. This is the big shits or whatever. I don't fucking know. Oh my god, we're just gonna make the flush. Where's the flush audio? Someone give me the flush audio. There is.
Oh my god damn.
That's horrible, dude. I'm about to edit in a flush audio. He said.
Yeah, please do.
Well, how does it sound like?
I don't know how to reenact
That's
the toilet
not how
sound.
that
How do you
works.
reenact a toilet sound?
I could just play it on speaker right now.
Yeah, you go ahead. You play it on speaker. That sounds
Hold on, let me do
better.
that real quick.
Yeah, I like that.
You guys
I
are
like
gonna have to be
that.
quiet though, because then they'll hear you on Discord.
Sorry.
Let me find a good one here. Let me listen for some good ones. Give me a second. Let's postpone the end right now.
Oh Jesus Christ! I'm still running this shit. Everyone's like, "What the fuck are they doing?"
When are you gonna end it? When can I end my suffering?
Anybody
never
that's still watching.
Can
is
I
like, wow.
freeze and burn to death to end this shitty podcast?
Can I freeze
possible.
and
Wait,
burn
how's
it? Can
that
I just do
possible?
both? Can you guys just shut the fuck up? Just sign out.
Okay, here
As
we
a matter
go.
of fact, just get my nails and my teeth ripped out.
Toilet
Somebody end
sound
my
effect.
suffering.
I'd rather do both because I like pain.
Yes. It's
All
probably
the
a
above.
fat echo.
Anything that you can die from, all the above.
I'm about to make the flush sound so loud. It's gonna be like,
I'm about to make it super loud. It's gonna like be like basically like,
yeah, it's gonna be.
Whoa. Yeah, pretty much. Okay, here we go. Let's try this one. This one sounds kind of nice. Unplug my stuff. So here we go. It's like a 50-second one, guys.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh. Okay, give it a second. Come on, load.
Oh my god, this shit.
Oh my god, this is not happening.
Okay, here it is.
Something's
There's
not
an
changed.
intro.
That sounded so quiet. It was like whoosh, like the tiniest flash. Ooh, I like
There
that
we go.
one.
Now, those
You should
sound
send me
like my
that
shits.
one. I'm about to like edit that at the end and have it go shh, and then I'm gonna leave a link in all the bios. I'm gonna say, look at the bio.
That's a fat shit right there that just got flushed.
All right, kids, we're signing out. This is Timsitey.
Oh yeah, it's your boy Torque.
It's your boy Dragon, and enter whatever name you want. I have like literally 6 of them.
Yeah.
Until next time, we're flushing away. I'm stalling out for 5 seconds so it hits an hour. I'm rigging the system, bringing that revenue. Whoosh.